Hello,
Hello there.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing very well. I'm off work this weekend, so it's been quite stressful few weeks at work. So I'm glad I have this weekend just for me, the 2 days. So
Yeah, I can only assume with because it's funny that you bring that in because we'll probably get into that later. Um, I'm glad that you're getting the relaxation that you need from what I've been seeing on your music on the music videos and the way I've been seeing you guys perform
yeah,
live. Like, bro, you need to chill.
so, I mean, if you're talking about the recent music video for our new single,
Yes.
um, the week we've performed on that festival was like this smaller festival in South Germany. Um, I've worked 3 days straight in a row, drove to the festival and back to Vienna the next day. So that was quite that was quite extraordinary. But
That's man, that must take
usually,
like a lot of energy out of you.
yeah, yeah. Since I've moved to Vienna, it's been like really it's hard to manage, like especially for performing with the band, like because of the distance.
Right.
Uh, because we've mostly performed like in our hometown or like around our hometown, and it's a 7 hour drive by train from Vienna there. So it's been always quite a challenge to manage it accordingly.
Yeah.
It worked out so far, but yeah,
Yeah, your vocalist was telling me that too, and in messages he was saying that you'd be better doing it because he can't speak English as well. One thing is that yeah, you're my first German band that I've actually interviewed, so this is actually pretty cool for me.
very nice.
So I
Well, Austria technically, but
oh okay, got you, okay.
I mean it's quite the same, isn't it? But
No, no.
language,
There's definitely like a huge, I like not a huge difference, but like I think they have like their own comparisons, you know.
yeah, for sure, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, with you being the drummer in this band, I've been listening to you guys for pretty much a lot, pretty much daily. You guys are pretty much on my playlist constantly. Um, I kind of wanted to get to know how you got into this band and what was the most challenging part for you being in this band.
Yeah, so the band itself, as it stands right now, under the name of Rune Rising, it's been only around for maybe over a year now.
Okay.
It's still maybe 1.5 year. So it all started. I've met Daniel, our guitar player. It was like maybe in 2020, 2021, something around there, where I was basically looking for a band at the time to play in. And so I found like a sort of application form for some unknown band, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Um, and for a few months it was just me and him. So he was like working on a few songs that deviated from the band he had before, which he was like, yeah, I want to do this because it's like more it does go in a more heavy direction, and as I remember, nobody at that time where we came from really played instruments in this kind of genre. So we worked on those songs, and it was just me, him, and our former vocalist,
Mm.
um, with whom we've then recorded a few songs, finalized a few ideas. Like half of the songs on the album that's out now
Mm.
have been already finalized, like at that time around. Um, and then we had a change in our lineup, so we got a new vocalist because of personal reasons,
Mm.
and we basically finished the album with our new vocalist. And our bass player, he also joined a bit later on in the history of this band.
Mm.
So that's how it kind of all started. Yeah,
That's so cool. I always love asking bands how they first started off because it's such a unique story.
yeah,
Um, every one of them is such a different story, and I love hearing them. So that's such a cool story. Um, the vocalist in the music video are, I guess, when you were doing that tour, is that the vocalist now, or was that the vocalist that just
yes,
left?
yes. He's the new one.
Okay.
So the video was shot like 2 weeks ago,
Oh,
basically.
okay.
Well, the festival slot, it was end of June, I think. And yeah, when today's 26, we've released like a week ago. So yeah, but he's the new guy. He's been in the band for over a year now, I guess.
Okay.
Which was, it was quite stressful around the time when we had like to bridge the gap of finding a new vocalist to finish the album,
Mm.
because it obviously it changed our plan on the whole release and that stuff,
Mm.
because we obviously wanted to record the new vocals,
Mm.
which like half of the album already has already been recorded with the old vocalist. So that was quite stressful, but we're more than glad with the product we got out of it. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's good to hear that this new vocalist was able to come in clutch and like seems to be able to pick up what the other vocalist kind of left behind.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's still this new vocalist is keeping that image of what you guys want, which is super cool to see. Um, my kind of question would be when you were performing on that, like I've never really I've never been to a festival. I've been to one concert. So
Yeah.
I was kind of curious on how did you feel about playing on such a big stage like that with such a big crowd, like that's a lot of people. So like how
Yeah.
did you feel about that?
Yeah. So for me, it was like the first outdoor concert, so to say, first
Mm,
festival. We've played a lot of smaller gigs before that, with like, I don't know, a maximum of 50 people maybe,
mm,
like in a small environment, small venues. So I was actually quite excited for the festival concert,
mm,
because I knew that it would be a different feeling than like the things we did before in the smaller venues, and it totally was, because you've got like fresh air, for example.
yeah, yeah.
But the stage was quite nice. It's got like plain enough room for everybody to move around, and the crowd was amazing. Obviously, I mean, you've probably seen it in the video.
Oh yeah.
That's actually the opener slot on that festival this year,
Okay.
and yeah, we've kind of researched in advance, like, okay, so how did the opener slots at that festival perform in the recent years, like how many people showed up and everything.
Mm.
So we were quite surprised that there were like actually quite a bunch of them there. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was a really really nice experience for us. Yeah.
That's so good to hear because uh, the band, my friend's band, Making Blind I See, they're wanting to go on to a festival, and like one of their biggest concerns is like, and maybe you can kind of dive into that is kind of like the cost and like getting all the venues to actually pay to make you come out there. What
Yeah.
what was like the hardest, like how did you get to that point to get invited to a festival like that?
Yeah. Well, so how it happened, maybe we were just lucky at that time around, because it wasn't that much work actually. So what happened is, our band had a concert in somewhere around the area where the festival was at, like a smaller concert in some town, which I didn't attend because I got sick. It was the only concert in my time in this band I didn't attend. So, but anyway, so the promoter of this festival, he's been around at that venue where the concert was at, and he kind of heard about what we do and what our sounds like, and he was like, yeah, so I'm doing this festival you probably know about, and do you want to do the opener slot this year, because I really like what you guys do and I think it would suit the festival perfectly.
That's so
And
sick.
we obviously, we didn't think twice, we said yeah, we do it.
I don't think
So
anybody
it
would say
was
no to
kind of,
that.
yeah. So it was kind of lucky. Um, Obviously, a lot of things, like especially in today's music industry, is it's like good to have like connections with people, like with the people in the promotion scene, to get to your gigs easier.
Hmm.
So I mean, it doesn't mean that it's not it's now let me think. It is a lot of work to get there. Like you build up that presence in the scene and to get you to your bigger gigs.
Hmm.
But it also helps, like if you've got good connections, like also connect with other bands from other areas where you potentially want to play at. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I see. I could definitely see that. Somehow the luck rolling into your favor in that moment, because from the other bands that I've interviewed, because I've interviewed some other bands as well. Um, a lot of them kind of have not really the same issue when it comes to like getting festivals, but they've always had this like the fear of they get this festival and like not people are going to enjoy that. Did you ever have that fear in your mind when you were going on that stage?
Yeah, personally, I don't. I'm not sure how it's with the other guys,
Mm-hmm.
because the way I prepare myself before going on stage is, well, we're not forcing the people to enjoy our music, but if they're here
Mm-hmm.
at our concert, they're here, and if they don't like it, then so it shall be. Um, yeah, I can definitely imagine, like with a lot of other bands that get like their big concert or their first big concert with a lot of more people than they're used to,
Mm-hmm.
that it definitely could be challenging, like expecting what would be the reaction from the crowd or if they like it. And
And
so, like in the case of this festival, it's been mostly positive, so yeah.
that's good. That's awesome to hear. That's when I first heard you guys, I I don't think I could ever turn back. I think I think I'm a fan of you guys for sure.
Nice to hear.
Yeah, like you guys have such a good taste of like it's such good chunky distortion, and like everything about it is just like a chef's kiss. Like
Yeah.
it's how do I put it? There's other bands that I've heard of, obviously, that try to do kind of like what you guys do. But a lot of what they kind of miss out on is what you guys don't miss out on is like your time signatures. Your guys' like signatures are insane. Like try, I'm a guitarist. So I when I first heard you guys and I was like hearing the guitarist, I was mind blown. I was like, dude, this guy is a shredder. And then we have you, of the craziest, like you got the crazy foot pedals, and like we the crazy drop kicks and stuff like that. Um, who was kind of like your inspiration? Who inspired you to get so crazy fast, and like what got you there?
Yeah. Well, like to also mention the question from before, like what was the biggest challenge for me in playing in this band, because it kind of falls into this question.
Mm.
So well, I've been introduced to metal like since I've been a toddler, basically,
Mm-hmm.
because of my dad. And when I started playing drums, I jumped right into the heavy stuff, like all the metal bands I was listening to, trying to play to those songs, and obviously like a lot of focus on double kick and that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when I joined the band, it was like the first time I've reached like a point of, okay, this is way more challenging than I expected it to be, or what I was capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I mean, a lot of things like that are in the songs are still challenging for me to play,
Mm-hmm.
which obviously means like a lot of practicing and like just getting into it,
Mm-hmm.
so you're able to perform like to your best level.
Right.
um and yeah, I've got a lot of inspirations like from all kinds of metal drummers. It would be too many to count.
That's fair.
When I was young, I was like really into the playing of the drum of Iron Maiden, actually, Nick
Okay.
Mc, which, I mean, totally different style of playing that I am doing now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say Iron Maiden compared to what you're playing now. What a
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, but like what I've been doing recently is like checking out a lot of m- videos from like the modern metal drummers, like for example, like Alex Riedinger, ex
Oh,
Whitechapel,
ooh, yes.
or Mario Duplantis from Gojira is up
Oh
there
my
for me.
God. Oh, dude,
Like
disgusting. He's so
yeah,
good.
yes,
In a good way, obviously, yeah.
yeah,
um,
yeah. I think we all agree on that, but yeah.
definitely,
So
you should look into, Defamed?
sorry,
Have you ever heard of the band Defamed?
no, I haven't.
Defamed is another band that I interviewed. They're from Italy. They're an Italian deathcore band. And the drummer in there reminds me a lot of your drummer. Like just how fast he can play you 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 yourself remind me a lot of the drummer in Defamed, as just the technicalness, the how can I put it? The way that you hear your piece. Like I there's a lot of people that I've interviewed who don't really pick up their, like, how do I put it? Like something is lacking, if that makes sense. Like, oh, there's something in this song that's kind of missing. Let's add this. Kind of
Yeah,
like I like what you add. Kind of like, for
yeah,
example, like in some of the like in the songs that you play, and I mean, it seems like you played all of the songs, but um, a lot of my favorite songs are like the recent songs that you've came out with, and it's just your technicalness is so unique in itself to where I don't think you could ever put yourself in the comparison of like Gojira, because like you yourself play almost like Gojira in a sense of where, sure, you're not kicking as fast, sure, but you have the same technicalness as that drummer. I can see I at least in my eyes, I'm not a drummer. I can't tell you.
yeah,
But I see the passion that you want to be better, and I can see that.
yeah. Yeah, well, so the things you hear on our songs,
Mm,
just a heads up, it's programmed actually,
mm, mm,
um, which it was basically a mix of financial reasons as well as lack of time on my hand.
mm,
So kind of how our writing process works like is our guitar player, he writes basically 99% of the songs.
oh,
So from the harmonies, the orchestral elements, guitars, and obviously then like a rough version of the drums, like just for directions,
yeah,
which I then go over obviously and give it my own approach or style,
yeah,
or change certain things that I feel like fit better for the song.
mm,
Um, which I hopefully, which I then at the time thought I can translate into the live performances, which is still, as I said, which is still quite a challenge because playing it live is something else than just practicing it at home, for example.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, nice. So nice to hear also from a guitar player that he likes the drumming in the songs. Um, Means a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I love picking up on certain things as like I don't really consider myself a musician, but I'm a music head. I'm definitely like I go out of my way to listen to different types of metal, even different types of genres, whether
Yeah.
it's punk rock, punk metal, stuff like that. It's mainly metal, but um, one thing that I kind of what pulled me more to you guys to like wanting to interview and like ask you guys questions was just not only were you guys like out of country for me and like you guys are in a completely different country,
Yeah.
which was super cool for me because like not many bands who are from a different region speak really good English, so it's super cool that your English is pretty damn good. So
Thanks.
yeah, your English is really good, my guy. I'm pretty impressed.
Well, yeah. Well, as someone that's like chronically online all the time, like I'm watching movies only in original versions, so basically mostly only English.
Ah, okay.
Like years back even, just because I feel like it's such a advantage if you're able to have like this sort of um, option in communications. Like obviously I think it's the language worldwide to communicate if you're from a different country.
Right. Yeah.
Because I guess it's this well established everywhere. Um, yeah, and like also from my time in school, like I really enjoyed like um, the form English itself, and I've also had like really good teachers. So, but yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the one thing I was kind of worried about was hoping that you would understand what I'm trying to put across. So as long as
There's no problem in that. It's only if I'm running into problems, it's mostly my own thoughts into words. So
okay, I got you. So I kind of want to change a little bit of the direction and kind of bring up a certain recent passing, Ozzy Osbourne. You know,
yes, yes.
uh, to rest in peace to that legend. I kind of want to ask, when you found out with the passing, did that like kind of affect you guys in any way, or did you guys ever maybe think about doing like a tribute song to him, or what kind of happened when you guys figured that out?
Yeah, well, what I was really shocked about is like he's been on stage like 2 weeks ago at the Back to the Beginning in
Right.
Birmingham,
Mm.
and it's like it happened like all of a sudden, which was like almost hard to comprehend. Um, I think it's fair to say that I mean, everybody knows him. Like I've talked about it with my work colleagues who aren't into the metal scene at all, but
Yeah.
they've heard about it. It was like all over the local news, and so I'm not sure about the other guys, but yeah, I think it's definitely a topic for the next few days. And yeah, I mean, just the legacy he's left behind, like also with Black Sabbath. Without them, it wouldn't have been
There would have
the
been no
same
Iron
sound
Maiden.
for metal music there. There
Yeah.
wouldn't have like all those bands that took inspiration from this exact band. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I this is the first time I actually am doing an interview and bringing up a passing because
Yeah,
Ozzy has definitely left an impact for me too. So it's like I thought, out of respect for him, I know this is about you guys, but out of
yeah,
respect for him, we got to talk about him. The
yes, for
guy's
sure.
a he's a straight up goat. Um, I seen his performance when he did the "Mama, I'm Coming Home." Oh my god! I swear to God, I almost cried. like, that was the saddest song. It's such a beautiful song, but
Yes,
him actually singing it at his age was so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Um,
And what I also think, I mean, which is kind of beautiful in a sense, I guess. Like, I'm not sure if you remember, but he once like said, um, he won't go from this earth if he wouldn't be on stage one last time. And I mean,
yeah,
that's exactly what he did. So
I 100% remember that he wanted to say his final goodbyes, and I really think that his that concert and when he was saying goodbye, that was his goodbye. And
yeah,
like I've been really thinking about it, cuz like um he, like what you said, he's left such an impact on the metal community, Black Sabbath and stuff like that. Um it's crazy to think about cuz without, like what you said, without Ozzy Osbourne or hell, let alone have like Axl Rose, even though he's not really liked, but there's a lot of people who've carried the metal scene, but he was the one who really like, this is metal, and
yeah,
like, listen to this. This is music. And when I first heard Crazy Train, and then I started listening to the whole album of basically Bark at the Moon. That
yeah,
whole Bark at the Moon, that was a banger. And just uh it's so crazy that, with him passing, I would like to think at it that's so young, but he went in his own way. And like,
yeah,
I thought it was a kind of a good thing to bring up in this interview because, and probably in the next interview I'll probably bring it up too, because I would
yeah,
like
yeah.
to, I think, um
I mean, what I think it's
mhm,
like important for us, like to see nothing's eternal, like
right.
for especially for the whole metal scene worldwide. Um, you've got all like these really old bands that been around like a long time, and they won't be around
Much longer.
they won't be around much longer because that's how time works.
Yeah.
Um and that's also why I think it's really nice to see that there's still like new bands coming along their way and making their impact
Is
on the
like,
whole music genre. And
yeah, like you guys are definitely making an impact too. um I think every little band, whether you guys are huge, small, hell, the biggest band in the world,
yeah,
you guys are making an impact whether you see it or not. Um, Whether it's emotionally, somebody who likes just your music just because of the chunkiness, the blaz, or
yeah, yeah,
whatever, But like, people like you change people's lives in such a positive way, and like,
yeah,
it it needs to be recognized more, because that's what Ozzy's message always was, is that the metal community is always family. And it's
yeah,
like, people like you, um making Blind Eye See, Fallen and Prodigy, all the bands that I've interviewed have the same type of moral like you guys, where it's like,
yeah,
you guys are a family.
yeah.
And I love that. um what what kind of helped you guys get to that kind of point where you guys were so comfortable working along with each other?
Mm, so I mean, so because the band itself hasn't been around that long,
Mm,
we've been quite we've had a quite good pace with working together and feeling comfortable with working together.
Hmm.
Um, because we kind of have this approach to the band as if it was like a job, for example.
Okay.
So the way it works is like everybody has got like a really well, let's say a good strong work ethic for the band,
Hmm.
and of obviously should make you feel happy as well. So it's not like all, oh, this every little details gotta be like on this professional level and how we do it.
Hmm.
But it definitely helped, like also creating a bond inside the band.
Hmm.
So like everybody knows, can trust each other and rely on each other.
Right.
And so what we did in the early stages of the band, like we did quite a lot of rehearsing with each other, um, which then also became a part of the past since I then moved to Vienna. And obviously, I'm not gonna drive out 7 hours for like a rehearsal, even if I'd wanted to, but it's quite a stretch. So,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, I mean, this is how I feel like this is how it worked out for now. And what's kind of missing for me at least is like this, like the band stuff you do outside of making music and going to concerts, because how it's been lately, it was just we've met 4 concerts and that was about it. So
Oh,
everything everything else been like just over WhatsApp or calling each other. Yeah.
so um, kind of me and my boyfriend, we kind of had a good question with you guys being such a distant, like you guys being so distant. How are you guys managing the band to continue that success, and like are you guys ever going to see that problem, like is this going to be a problem in the future?
Well, I can imagine it could be a problem, especially if the biggest problem as it is now for me is like really concerts,
Mhm.
because of the whole driving situation and the distance. Um, as for now, we've just had a handful of gigs this year, so it was manageable for me.
Mhm.
I think what would be the next big step is if we like had our first tour, for example, like really hit the road for 1 or 2 weeks, play every day.
Mhm.
And that's what I feel like would could be like one potential problem area, with the distance,
Yeah.
with each other. Um, which kind of sucks, because from our experiences, the best and fastest way for the band to grow is really by just playing concerts.
Right.
Um, because like we do a lot of advertising, obviously, on our social media channels and advertising the videos and stuff.
Mm.
But that's international. What I feel like you have to do first is build your reputation locally.
Right.
Like for example, our next step is our concert that we play in Vienna in November, which Vienna, it's like a whole different level, um, scene wise. So there's like almost for every metal genre, there's like a small scene in Vienna,
Mhm.
which we hope to specifically target for our concert.
Yeah.
And like also all the big promoters and music companies are in Vienna, at least for the country itself. Um, so yeah, that should be the plan for, I guess, this year maybe,
Okay.
to
So,
like as
okay.
many concerts as we possibly can and build our reputation based on that.
Okay. Um, since we're kind of on that topic of like future of your band, that was kind of my next question. Um, with now like kind of like what you were saying in the beginning, with it was funding reasons of it being in the beginning being technical, being done on the computer and stuff like that. Um, are there going to be any future songs that are going to be coming out in the future, like in this album, for example, or EP, I should say, that's going to have you drumming in it?
Mm, that's quite a tough one. So I think probably this year, I don't think so.
Okay.
So we are planning to release maybe a few more songs, maybe even an EP for end of this year.
Mm.
We probably won't change the producing flow of the songs because it worked quite well as we did it before.
Mm.
Um, if I would if I would play in the studio, and this is like really honest from me, I think it would take a lot of more work to get there to play in the studio. If the songs are similar to those we've recorded already.
Right.
Um, because yeah, I mean like a lot of modern metal bands, like especially in that genre, the deathcore scene,
Yeah.
most stuff gets programmed because I guess it's more convenient. Um, and maybe even like a lot of newer bands that haven't been around that long, especially as musicians haven't been around that long, it would be challenging for like a first album if you've got if you've got like that a high level of technicality in your songs
Oh
to
yeah.
also have all the instruments perform it live in the studio. um what our producer, he also said that like from quality, it's gotten to a point where you don't really make out a difference if it's recorded live in a studio or just recorded. Obviously, if you know it's been played by a real human or it's just programmed, then it does make a difference.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, that's why we're like not just solely a studio band. So we also want to perform those songs to as close as it gets to the recording.
Right. Do you do you see yourself hopefully in the future getting to that point where like you're that you're able to just be the drummer and like the producer can just put your drums in
Yes,
in the future?
totally, totally. I mean, I'm quite young, so I've got like a lot of more years
Of course, yeah.
to like really learn the instrument, because I think you never reach a point of perfection where you're able to say, I can play anything I want as clean as I want.
Right.
Um, there's always room for improvement, and this is like also a huge point for me, um, because there is so much room for improvement. This like drives me forward to also really get into it and become a better musician. So yeah.
Okay. Um so with the fact that you have such a passion and such a drive for getting into drumming seriously, it seems like me and you are probably the same age. How old are you?
21 years
Oh my
of
god,
age.
I'm older than you. Christ, this is the first time I'm interviewing somebody that's younger than me. This is weird.
Well, um, yeah, it's been also weird for people that talk to the whole band, because our age gap is quite. I mean, it's not quite a lot, but there
it,
is a gap.
yeah, no, that's
So
fair. Well, no, I'm not sitting here expecting the whole band members to be brothers and like be all the same age. But it's so cool to have somebody who is so new into it, like you. You know, you're really new into this. You're young like me. Like I'm excited to see what you were doing in that festival. You have a
Yeah,
lot of potential, my guy. Like that's exciting for you, man.
thank you.
So what do you see yourself in the future of yourself as a drummer? Do you see yourself like hopefully just kind of being the show off?
Well, I think yeah, I don't know. It's quite hard. I kind of stopped thinking too much about like what's happening in the future. So I'm more like trying to be in the present. And
That's good.
I mean, what I'm aiming for is like many more years with this band.
Mm.
Um, and like everybody's skills improving, and also mine, and yeah, like really getting to a point where we can be be on the same level as those bands that we look up to, all
Yeah.
the bands we take like inspiration from, their live performances, and yeah, that kind of stuff. And like, yeah, I don't know, maybe someday maybe play drums for another band, like some sort of session drumming
Mm.
would be quite cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, with that kind of in mind, hi there, Jolly. Sorry, somebody in chat was saying hi.
Oh,
Um,
hello.
um, so to kind of ask, so with like you kind of having in the mindset of like you wanting to be in this band and to continue this band, um, do you kind of see yourself ever driving away from the band? Because it seems like you want to do jam sessions with other bands. Like, what if you get that opportunity? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what would you do if you were given an opportunity to change a band? Would you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think as someone who's trying to manage a lot of things at the same time, I think it would be like, so when I moved to Vienna, I kind of always played with the thought of just having like a smaller secondary band here, so I can just um, play in a band, like just have this sort of, yeah, I don't know, like not a substitute for the band that's on the other side of the country,
Right.
but just like for me to just like do music and perform maybe on stage with another band. Um, but it's gotten to a point like where we've put so much effort, work, and also money into the band. It would be like really hard for me to step away from that, even if it's if there's like a bigger deal with another band that's like, hey, you want to play drums for us? I think it would be hard for me. But I mean, as for now, I'm not really planning on changing bands that quick. So
That's good.
because
That's good. You're loyal.
because it's going in the right direction. We've basically reached almost every goal we had this year and last year with
Mm.
our album. Like we've been more than happy with the reception of it, and especially the reception outside of our home country, like in the US, for example. We've got like lots of listeners in US,
Yep.
funnily enough. Like it's, I think it's on, well, on our Spotify artists list, I think the US is like on the second place with like the most listeners, with the most active listeners, which I mean, which would make sense because America is quite a quite a lot bigger than our country here,
Yeah.
and like also, I think there's also like more of a the whole metal scene, music scene, is just way more bigger there than it is here,
Oh yeah.
which I think would be a reason for that. Why I've got so many people there
Mhm.
enjoying our music.
Well, yeah. I mean, America is literally like Detroit Rock City, you know?
Yeah.
Like Detroit's literally known for having crazy rock bands, metal bands, performers. Like America is very well known for having. I mean, we've had Lorna Shore, we had
Yeah, yeah,
Slipknot. You know, like we had some big people come through. So,
yes,
like, it's not crazy surprising that your most active listeners are over here. Like,
yeah,
that's how I
yeah,
found you guys was because of that. So,
yeah,
um, I like to kind of keep the interviews like an hour, so we're kind
yeah,
of getting
sure.
there. So I kind of have the last couple few questions, and then I'll let you go, obviously.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
so my kind of last few questions is, since you're happy with the the success and the what what the band is driving towards that success, what do you see in, well, I know that you're more focused on the present, so I'm gonna, rather than saying in the future, what do you want to see in the present hopefully come to you in this band, whether it's like insane fame, followers, or you get that dream tour. Like what are you guys really wanting as a band?
Well, I think what we all kind of want is like getting out of the local band etiquette, so
Hmm.
to say.
Yeah, yeah.
So getting to a point where promoters think that we're relevant for like maybe a tour with another successful band, or like maybe playing support acts for big bands somewhere.
Hmm.
I think that would be what I would like to see in the, I'd say, the next few years, I guess. Yeah.
I can see your message there, Luna. Sorry, somebody was saying something in chat.
Well,
I'm.
I
It's on Twitch. It's that link I sent you on the in your messages on the band, on the band's messages.
no, I've actually got it running on my PC.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking at the stream like yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So somebody in here was just saying, "What's up?" and can you see my message? And I was saying yes. I was just making sure they could be heard.
And
um, but yeah, sorry about that.
there's
Usually, not many people like to chat, so it's interesting to have an active chat when I'm doing an interview. So I I don't like to peek back and forth because I don't want to make it seem like I'm not interested in what you're saying because it seems like it's rude, because if
yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
no worries, no worries.
okay, I just want to make that disclosure, I'm not being rude if I'm not looking at you. So I just,
No, no, no worries.
okay, I just wanted to be sure. I just yeah, I've always kind of had that in the back of my head that sometimes I feel like if you see me like looking away or looking at my phone, it comes across as rude, and I just don't want to be like that.
No worries, no worries. It's fine
For
with
sure.
me.
Okay. I just wanted to just say that just to, yeah. I'm the type of person that apologizes over everything. um on to my last question pretty much. Which would be, actually no, I have two questions actually. One would be, do you have any questions for me?
Mm, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Um, so the you're working for some kind of band, is that right? Like I've seen something on your profile,
Yep.
Making Blinds, I see.
Yep.
What you do for them?
So I promote.
Yeah,
I work on their Discord. My boyfriend made their bot system, so like it's like a point system, and I look over managers who also put in points.
yeah,
So I look over points. I look over the managers who are, looking at general chat. I go out, promote, just tell people like, hey, like I wear their merch, just being like,
Oh,
hey,
I just realized, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's out of respect for them and not
Yeah,
to
yeah.
self promote, but um,
I
yeah.
mean, I do it all the time. I wear my own merch if I'm out the street. So,
Oh, okay, that's fair.
so,
But yeah, no, yeah, I just go around promoting,
yeah.
just getting the street team growing and getting people knowing who Making Blind IC is. They're a UK based band, so they're
Oh, they're okay, okay. I
yeah.
thought they're from the States as well.
No, they wish they want to.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, they're like you guys. They want to come out in the U.S. so bad.
Yeah.
it, um, let's see. What do you call it? That was a good question. Um, yeah, it's a pretty fun little thing to do. It's a little
Yeah.
stressful, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, I've always wanted to work for a metal band, whether it's a band member or doing something like this. So
Yeah.
being able to go out of my way to like interview people like you who are upcoming and like who are super cool down to earth. It's a cool
Yeah.
core. It's a lot of cool core memories for me.
Yeah.
Like I could
I
sit
see.
here, yeah, oh yeah, I could sit here and tell you all of the interviews that I've had because it's
Yeah.
like all of them are just important to me. And like
Mm.
no matter how famous they are or how little they are, they've had a impact on me because they're such a chill, unique band and like you guys,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never got the chance to interview a German band. Well, Austrian
Yeah. I
band.
mean, yeah, I think it's nice, like just in general, like just getting out your border and meeting people from like another corner of this planet.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I kind of wanted to ask, like, how did you feel about finding out that like people in the U.S. were like liking your stuff?
I've kind of expected it to some degree, like when our streaming numbers on Spotify just rose suddenly, and we've promoted like a few of our songs on my YouTube channel that is from the States, I think, Circle Pit it's called.
Oh, yes.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
they mostly got like just their whole communities mostly just from the States.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes sense that a lot of people from there reach onto our music. But it is nice to see like not only the US, like just other countries in general, listening to your music. So this is something that does go beyond borders and connects with people all around the world.
Yeah.
And I mean that's what the internet is great for, obviously. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Jolly said it great. People are the same. People are the same the world over. Our words may be different, but our hearts are the same. And
Yeah,
I 100% agree on that.
I agree. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna let you go. I think that was. I appreciate your time, and you've been super cool. Thank you so much for answering my questions and being so down to earth, my man.
Yes. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I was not sure if this would be not too uncomfortable for me because everybody from the band is not available at this time around the day. I think just yesterday it would have been perfect for 50% of them, I think.
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry
So
about that.
I'm kind of like being the representative of the band this evening.
Yeah.
But no, but it was all good. It was all good.
Okay, good.
I Yeah.
I wanted to make it as chill as possible, less stressful as possible. So hopefully, I created that environment well.
Yes. You did a great job, yeah.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You that means a lot. So you have yourself an amazing rest of your day, and
Yes.
I'll
Likewise.
yeah, and I'll catch you later. Okay.
Yes, for sure.
All right. See
All
you later,
right.
my dude.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye.